afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope all of you are having a great Tuesday so far. I am forecaster Liam Kenny. We have a lot to talk about today. First things first, let's go ahead and talk about the massive and deadly tornado outbreak that actually just devastated portions of the Deep South last week. I do have a lot of information to share with all of you. So please be sure, in case you don't miss out on any information, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and also be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content. So, as far as the tornado outbreak goes, here's the latest details I have for you. Unfortunately, more than 500 homes were destroyed in one single county alone, and because this is just a very devastating event, the government has gotten involved, including President Biden, which has now issued a federal emergency declaration for the following counties that do include Breckenridge, Bullitt, Caldwell, Fulton, Graves, Grayson, Hickman, Hopkins, Lyon, Meade, Muhlenberg, Ohio, Shelby, Spencer, and Warren counties. Once again, those are all the counties that are under President Biden's federal emergency declaration concerning this very deadly tornado outbreak. And even more devastating that this is Kentucky governor is now saying that this is the most devastating tornado event in the state's history, which is definitely not what we want to hear. And I know that most of you have heard about the candle factory getting absolutely destroyed. Only 40 out of 100 workers, 110 workers have been rescued or pulled out of the damage and are still living, which is just absolutely devastating. Around 500 homes and 100 businesses were completely destroyed, according to numbers that were announced during a news conference with the governor that did take place late Saturday afternoon. And just in Bowling Green, Kentucky alone, at least 12 people have lost their lives, where roofs were ripped off of buildings, trees were uprooted, and unfortunately homes were shredded, just like paper would be, in a shredder machine. I mean, basically, this tornado was basically just a complete shredder for this whole entire area. And unfortunately, the National Weather Service has now confirmed an EF3 tornado in the Bowling Green, Kentucky area. And last but not least, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear has now estimated in between 70 and 100 people or more may be dead across the state of Kentucky. And you know as well as I do, the city of Mayfield, Kentucky was probably the hardest hit city out of all these cities that were affected by this deadly tornado outbreak. The National Weather Service is still surveying the damage and will most likely be still surveying the damage for at least another 2 to 3 days. They did find at least EF4 damage today. Just to put into perspective what this could mean if it's an EF4 or an EF5, the last time that the United States of America saw an EF5 tornado was back in 2013 with the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, which was an EF5. So it's been, it's been, numerous years since the United States has seen a tornado of this wide, of this strength and this monstrosity. So even though this tornado outbreak is already a record break, we're looking at just more records to add to the record book. Especially with this event taking place so close to Christmas, it just makes it that more devastating. I mean, typically you would think of seeing a tornado outbreak like this sometime in the spring and summer. This happened in the middle of December, 2 weeks before Christmas. And honestly, it probably wrecked millions of plans for Christmas. So please, as you are heading to bed tonight, please pray for every single person that was affected by this tornado outbreak. Close to 100 people have lost their lives, which is just absolutely devastating. And once again, less than 2 weeks before Christmas. So please be sure to keep everybody that was affected by that outbreak in your prayers. I know that they would greatly appreciate it, and I also greatly appreciate it as well. Moving on from that, across the whole entire eastern coast of the United States, it's actually been really, really nice this week because an area of high pressure has been formed over portions of the southeastern region, and that really has allowed for perfect weather, especially for places across the Deep South, which is honestly the thing that they need to repair all their homes and the damage that was just absolutely torn apart by that tornado outbreak. But unfortunately, we do have a brand new winter storm. This is Winter Storm Bankston. As you can see right here, we're getting a constant moisture flow out of the southern portions of California, and that has led to ongoing flash flooding across portions of southwestern California and numerous feet of snow falling in the high elevations of California and also other different portions of the interior Northwest. As we head over the next several days, unfortunately, it is only going to get worse, especially for places in the Deep South that really don't need anything right now except sunny weather. as we head overnight tonight and then eventually into your day tomorrow, we're still seeing some very heavy snow in and across portions of central and northern Nevada. Very heavy snow across the higher elevations there in California, and also we're still looking at that flash flood threat across portions of southwestern California. And unfortunately, it will continue to spread eastward and then eventually be combining with an area of low pressure that will be forming right on the U.S. Canadian border, bringing very heavy snow to western Minnesota, and then also potentially more rain and storms to portions of the deep south. So right here we go into December 16th. We're looking at that chance for some scattered showers or even thunderstorms. I mean, in the exact same areas that were just very heavily affected by that tornado outbreak. And unfortunately, it doesn't, just really just move on out of the area. It actually sticks with us for quite a while, and then eventually forms with another area of low pressure in the Ohio River Valley, and potentially delivers even heavier rain and potentially even a better chance for some severe storms across portions of the deep Mississippi Valley into the Ohio Valley. So this is the last thing that they need, honestly. But unfortunately, we can't change the weather. We can only roll with it. So really, just the only time period that we're gonna have to rebuild without any rain over the next couple of days is probably gonna be over the next 1 to 2 days, and then after that, we're gonna be right back in it for the rain, which is absolutely devastating. So once again, please be sure to pray for all the people that were extremely heavily affected by this tornado outbreak. I know that they would greatly appreciate it as well. I will greatly appreciate it. Thankfully, none of my family members that live in this area were heavily affected, which is a very good thing. But I know, so many people lost their family members, and really their whole entire plans for Christmas have just been completely changed, which is just absolutely devastating to hear at this time of year. I mean, this is the typical time of year that people would spend together and have great times, and now they're basically having to plan funerals for all their family members that have been killed during this outbreak, which just honestly breaks my heart every single time I think about it. So I really do pray for every single person that was affected by this tornado outbreak. All right. So that is basically going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching me and trusting me to bring you up to date on the latest information possible concerning this tornado outbreak. Once again, if you are brand new to the channel, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and also be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content, alright? So that's basically it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your Tuesday.